Yoo-Hoo here. Wanted to get a short intro to you just because we had a slight hiccup with a memory card. So there won't be a visual aspect to the humans of Yoo-Hoo and Tang. We have a sweet brisket cam that hopefully you enjoy. I did some fun things editing to hopefully spice it up visually. But sorry that we screwed up the visuals here, but hopefully you still love it. Really appreciate your support, and hopefully you're having a great day. See everybody.
I mean, okay, so Ivan Drago, greatest Rocky villain ever,
Okay.
but Rocky 4 was like, I mean, but Rocky 3 was what, Mr. T? They didn't have a Mr. T, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. You and Tang, Dirty Dishes Edition.
Part 2,
Episode 2. We've got 2 dirty dishes in the sink. But no, Justin has been slaving away, preparing something. Some brisket. So, like, we got a little bit of video on what you did. We're going to run us through the process.
Yeah, so I found the recipe online. So I found, like, it's a dry rub, oven-based, like, brisket cooking thing. So all it really is I got a Costco brisket, and I apply dry rub to it. You have to pat dry it first, and then apply the dry rub, and then refrigerate it to turn it into a dry brine, which I learned that was a new term I learned to do this whole thing. And ideally, you do it overnight, and you pull it out, throw it in the oven. If you have a digital thermometer, that's what I have. It's called it's a meter or something like that. Yeah,
internal.
Yeah. It's great though, because you just jam it in there, and it's a digital one, and it just reads to my phone. So
okay.
And at 175, you're supposed to open up because you're supposed to wrap it in foil, fat side up. So I have a flat brisket, which is a part of the brisket. There's like 3 parts of brisket. All I've ever done is flat. So there's a fat side. You want to have that up so when it cooks, it melts down into the meat.
Gravity is a thing.
So make sure you do that. And then at 175 internal temperature, you take the aluminum foil off the top of the brisket and then put it back in until it's between 195 and 205. And then you're done. You wait an hour after it's done internalizing and have it rest so you can cut it through the grain, I believe. So it's just, you're cutting those muscle tendons so that it's an easier chew.
Okay. All right.
So that's brisket.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah, hopefully it's not terrible.
I like a smoked brisket, but
I don't have a smoker.
I don't know that I've ever even had like
oven brisket. Yeah.
Looks good. We got brisket can.
We have brisket can.
That looks freaking delicious.
Now, I do not know, they did say, and I did not catch that note until I read it a second time after it was cooking, is to mark it when it's like raw prior to cooking to see where the grain is so that you can see where you're cutting.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, I don't know.
I'm going to guess the grain is going to come either like
I'm
this
thinking
or more
this,
like this.
Or what are you saying, like this?
So if you need to go against the grain, I would cut more like that. Because I'm figuring the grain is going to come this.
It makes sense to me. If I was an animal, that's how a muscle would be. It does say pencil width, but I mean, cut how you want.
Yeah, I mean, like.
And I didn't wash my hands. I promise.
Everyone's so creative.
Yeah. And then, looks pretty good to me.
All right. Ooh, tasty hands.
Those are my favorites.
That's good.
Pretty solid.
That's fucking good. Yeah. I didn't care if you're with the grain or against the grain.
Yeah. Pretty solid. I have been cooking it for a long time because I wasn't sure. So the poundage of the meat matters because I did a dry run, I told you that before, with a different brisket. And that took legit 10 hours. Apparently it was much bigger than this because I texted you this morning. I was like, hey, come over whenever because it's ready. So I had to like slow cook it, whatever's in the lowest setting of my oven. Just kind of hanging out.
And then I showed up late, so.
It's fine. So it tasted good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm down for that. I like the meat. You can still taste. It's got a very good flavor, and then The seasoning's all on the outside. There's a little spice to it.
Yeah. If you want to go on a dry rub, the dry rub I used is holy cow BBQ dry rub meat church barbecue. I have a friend at work or a boss that it was like does this a lot. Kind of like brisket, but like smoking and stuff like that. And he's like, this is the company to buy, and if you want to do cow, this is the thing to use.
Right.
So, yep.
Yep. No. Stamp of approval. All right. Magic things.
Yeah.
I was thinking we could talk a little about coming up, Magic coming up.
Sure.
So there's like they just announced the Commander Masters set.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? A Commander Master set? I mean, like, and then, like, have you heard of any of the? Oh, fuck yeah! Where's the plate?
Oh, yeah, extra plates.
Have you heard of any of the pre-cons that they're putting out?
No, that's it. I mean,
Okay.
Hasbro has disappointed me wholly around how much stuff they're pumping out. But I do like the idea. I mean, because
I'm against the idea only because everything that comes out is for Commander. Yeah. Like, Commander can use everything. There's not a card that's outside of Commander.
That's true. Every Master set is a Commander set because of that. Yeah, that makes sense.
And any Standard set, any whatever you're putting out, Commander's like, yeah, but like, let's use it. Like, you can play these cards. Like, there's never a point where it's like, oh, you can't use this to Commander.
Right. That's right. That's totally fair.
So to have a set that's fully
right,
you know, like reprints for Commander, it's like, well, guys, like,
yeah, do we need to? Yeah, I didn't even think about that. No, that makes sense.
That's my only gripe, you know, because otherwise, fucking, you know, play Magic. Like, I don't.
Yeah. Live, laugh, love, right? Right. Like, whatever, do whatever you want.
You're not hurting anybody, but yeah, I was like, well, you know, you probably could have done something else, but you didn't.
This is still juicy. Very happy with that.
It's good. It's a good slice too.
Yeah, and
I mean, I hope the
brisket camp. Yeah, brisket camp. Yeah.
That's gross. But
no,
I'm good.
Whatever. We're heathens with Magic, but no, yeah. The way when you explain it the way you just explained it, I think I agree with you. I think it's like, since everything is a Commander set, there is no point.
But that being said, let me run through some of these pre-launch. One of them I have a serious problem with. One of them. All right, so the pre-cons you can get. Oh no. No, look at the display, the booster boxes. They're crazy.
It's someone that really enjoys tie-dye made that. Like,
yeah.
From the 70s.
All right. So you've got Eldrazi Unbound, colorless Commander pre-con.
Oh my god, that's gonna be so broken. Eldrazi are always broken.
Right.
It's gonna be more broken.
All right. Then you have Enduring Enchantments, and that one's Abzan, so that's white, black, green.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Planeswalker Party, that's Jeskai, so that's white, red, blue. And then you have 5-color Sliver Swarm, which is what I have a problem with.
Yeah.
Slivers are for degenerates.
I have a sliver.
Of course, yeah. See?
Degenerate. The brisket.
He makes a damn good brisket, though. But the sliver deck, I'm like, there are enough cheap slivers out there for anyone to put a sliver deck together.
Agreed.
You don't need to do this. And you're just encouraging people to be degenerate when you do this.
Are they new slivers, or are they reprinting old slivers?
I think this is reprints.
Are they bringing out the queen? Because it's literally the only sliver I ever want.
I don't think they're allowed to reprint Sliver Queen.
She is on the list. I would imagine Hasbro will break that list.
And at some point. But I was just like, slivers? Of all the things you can do, you do slivers? Like, it's not right. It ain't right, and I don't agree with it.
I am curious because there was kind of heavy backlash around one of the master sets that had, the sliver that had.
Sliver Hive Lord?
Is that the one where it has Cascade? The slivers have Cascade. Whichever sliver that has Cascade, I think all the sliver prices jumped up when that guy got announced because they thought they were going to support slivers more. Like he was like the opening salvo to like a sliver set, and maybe that's just them making up for it. You know what I mean?
Hive Lord is given them destructive.
Okay. But either way, there's a sliver that gives them Cascade, and that's probably one of the more recent rare slivers. And I think there was quite a bit of community uproar if you were interested in slivers to like, hey, why aren't you throwing more cool slivers out there? I think that was kind of the thing. I thought you'd be more of people buying slivers more, but that's just a personal thing. It's a couple of years ago now too. Maybe a month.
Let's see here. I'm looking at the 10 best slivers. And this is just some assholes,
you don't know if he's an asshole.
He's a human, so it's already not looking great. Control spell, counter spell, no. Lifelink for slivers. +1/+1 for slivers. Sliver Hive Lord just went over. All slivers from tap for mana. The first sliver.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that one.
All colors. Cascade.
It's broken.
Slivers have Cascade.
If that gets out, it's most of the time it's pretty much game over for that game. If they do it right.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're not super crap at Magic like I am, then it should work out for you. So yeah, I was like, well, that's that. But so the Lord of the Rings set's going to be coming out soon. I think that actually comes out before the.
That makes sense. That's what, April?
Yeah. Oh no, the new set's coming out in April. I think May, maybe.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. March of the Machines in April. Okay, you call your set March of the Machines, and you don't release it in March. That's kind of dumb.
I mean, the Ides of March,
right? Like, there's so many things you can do. But yeah, whatever. Hasbro. Yeah, so March of the Machines, then it'll be the Lord of the Rings set, and then Command Masters. But I'm not really excited about Lord of the Rings. I've discussed this multiple times in the podcast. I'm broken from Lord of the Rings. I did actually finally get around to watching The Rings of Power, which I enjoyed.
Yeah.
But I can't get excited about playing in Magic and Mordor.
That's fair. I'm very excited. If I had all the money in the world, I would get every card in the set just because I wouldn't even play with them. I would just want a binder of like Lord of the Rings cards. But I don't. Yeah, I mentioned this in the cast too on the live show, but like, I don't know, it's too much. Like, if Warhammer should be its own 6-month thing. Lord of the Rings should be a whole year thing. Like, if you're gonna do these big, like, let it breathe a little bit. Let people because if you like one of these things, there's a solid chance you're gonna like the other things, and like now you're just cutting into people like.
Right.
Now the secondary market's gonna be jacked up for some poor soul that's like, man, I really wish I had name your card, and they're gonna get hosed because
like the Transformers.
Yeah.
I loved the Transformers. But I'm still trying to get all the Transformers to run around and get all of them.
Yeah. And
like they didn't even do it justice again where I thought hey, like just put out a couple of commander decks that are just all the commander or all the Transformers cards. Yeah. Because no one buys the pre-con commander decks anyway. Yeah. And only the people who care about it are gonna buy them. Yeah. So that was the perfect medium that they again but it's the same thing with like the what do they call them? The theme decks that they had before. Now they're doing Jumpstart. They're doing set-specific Jumpstart, and it's like nobody wants this. Like this niche that you're trying to be in.
No, thank you.
Nobody wants. And like it'd be better to just use this packaging and cards that you've wasted now. Like better elsewhere. Yeah. Like you could just make regular packs and you would sell more. But yeah, like I fully agree. Like, I mean, if they would have a plan and have an arc,
yeah,
and I mean, because it's like
even or build it into the Planeswalker storyline.
That's like the Planeswalkers are constantly jumping through a multiverse.
Yeah. Could you imagine Planeswalkers on Cybertron? That would be cool.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like if you know, we'll say Chandra is RC. You know, and like okay, or you know, like they're their own characters and they get inserted into the Transformers. But like yes, like do that, go for it. Like I don't understand the half measure. It's frustrating. And
because I know Hasbro owns 1,000 things. We'll probably have several years of this, but like. I feel like you're shooting stuff out so quickly that you're gonna run out of stuff.
Yeah, but all of them, like, and again, it's like it's not even like we're not down. Yeah. You know, like I'm down to see a GI Joe crossover with Magic.
Just let it breathe.
but do it and do it right. And I mean, like I don't know where the lore is at, but I'm hearing that not a lot of fans like they don't really like where the lore is going. They don't like the story that's being told. And you know, like I mean, so right now we're with
Apocalypse was my last, Apocalypse was my last storyline thing that I understood, and that was a decade ago. So
so we're with the Phyrexians now, who are basically the Borg.
Yeah.
And everyone's going Borg, and then like I'm like it's always going to come back to it's like, oh hey look, then Teferi shows up and time travels and then we all win. Like
it's like Flashpoint.
Yeah, every time. But I'm waiting for that. But you know, it's just like, hey, like I don't understand why like they don't try to get some good writers in there and do this thing. And you know, it's like, hey, these half measures are gonna end up hurting you.
Yeah. And
you can tell because I don't know who they had in there before writing the story, but everyone was down up until a few years ago where it started, like where the cash grab started, and you can't make your story fit this craziness that your business model is. So it turned into shitting on Magic, and I don't like that because
Magic's my favorite game. Like I don't want it to be crappy.
You know, and it's like I would love if they could do a Star Wars crossover. Oh. You know, like there was a set somebody made up online one time that I saw, and I was like, oh, dude, I'm gonna print these cards, and play with them, as playtest cards, not proxies. That's a big word.
I mean, if Darth Jar Jar is in there, I'm in.
No.
He's so good.
See, degenerate.
Like, he can be swamped.
Then you say this degenerate stuff.
He'd be part of the board. The French seed Darth Jar Jar.
Oh man, you're just lucky this brisket is damn good. No, but like, you know, because the Magic mechanics are so good.
Yeah.
The game.
They lend themselves to everything.
Yeah, like it doesn't really matter what's on the card. Yeah. Like, because I mean, like, a lot of people kind of didn't like Kamigawa Neon Dynasty because it's set in the future and stuff. But I'm like, science fiction, let's do it.
Yeah.
Giant robots, let's go. Like, I'm down. You know, like that's why I like, you know, like Warhammer. You have Warhammer, which is a fantasy-based thing. You have Warhammer 40K, which is a science fiction version of it. And like using the rules doesn't really matter, you know, or like StarCraft, Warcraft.
Yeah. I would kill for like Protoss in Magic. Wait, is there a carrier coming?
Carrier has a problem.
Or Starship Troopers.
Yeah. There's all kinds of things you could do. It's just, I mean, like you're just using the mechanics, and it wouldn't even have to. Like you don't even have to have it affect. You know, of course, Commander. You can play the Commander. But yeah, it's sad that, you know, like they're not doing something that, you know, at least most people can agree is good. You know, like it's sad that the consensus is just like, well, here we go.
Yeah, it just feels like cash grab. And like it sucks when the thing you care about is just like now to someone else is just a pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like at least when it was Wizards of the Coast only, it felt like they gave a crap about like kind of the product and how it was going to interact with each other and how it's going to impact the past sets and future sets on the board. Hasbro's just like, oh, you want this? Yeah, all right.
It's like if you found out like the woman that you love and idolized and put on this pedestal and like did all these things for, was just like the nastiest, dirtiest horror skank like you've ever seen in your life. You're just like, oh, you're just here for the money. You don't even love me.
Oh, you did it for me.
Yeah, like, and now I have these problems. Yeah, like that's how I feel. They sullied my lady's good name. But no, it's whatever. Like, I'll still play Magic, and there's still plenty of.
They're gonna get money somewhere.
Yeah, like, you know, if they stopped right now, there'd still be plenty of Magic cards to keep me going. So it's not like I can't have, you know, like my piece of Magic, but yeah, like it just sucks to not doing cool things.
Yeah. And it's not like either one of us are saying they shouldn't do this stuff.
No,
it's just
like,
let it breathe.
Yeah.
Let it, like, make it part of the story, or don't make it part of the story, but make it like.
Make it a full thing.
Yeah.
Fully realize the
let's
thing.
flesh it out a little bit.
Yeah, and stop also. Like, you don't need all.
Yeah.
You can have some of the money. This is a game. You can only have some of the money. You can't have all of the money. Okay? Like, you're not cancer research. You're not saving lives. You know, you're like, this is a card game. This is pieces of cardboard we're talking about here. Don't try to grab all the money.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get all the money because you can't. Because this is not a necessary thing for people to live. So why not make your game the best it can be?
But it could also be that they're not really involved in the secondary market, are they? Yeah, no.
Oh no, they're not allowed to be.
Yeah.
Because then, like, oh my god, this feels so good to even cut it. Oh, this brisket, delicious, juicy brisket. Look at that brisket camp. Look at that. As I fling a piece of brisket outside.
Could you imagine? And we're out.
Oh, so I get 2 cans.
We were in the one with brisket.
Oh, yeah, I have no idea what I was going to say.
That's funny. What do you say?
Oh, okay. So, did you enjoy the Throne of Eldraine set?
Yeah, I did.
Like, I was talking with some other people. Probably the most OP set to come in the standard, like, ever.
Yeah.
They had, what, two cards absolutely banned? It was, Oko only got banned.
Yeah.
But, like, you're just talking about the playables out of that set, the Brazen Borrower, Bone Crusher Giant, Lovestruck Beast, like, all these, like, awesome things. So they're going back to Eldraine, I think, after the Commander set, which I'm kind of excited about. Maybe we can find something that we can all agree is good.
Yeah.
But so, so look forward to that. That's all off the top of my head, I think, for the coming Magic stuff. But I'm excited about Eldraine, not really excited about anything else. I hope March of Machines, like, finally just ends this Phyrexian stage we're in, and I think it's supposed to. But, yeah, it's like, I'm wondering storyline what they're going to do, because, like, does that mean, like, I wonder, like, maybe if the Phyrexians win and, like, everything's warped, but then if they all turn on each other, you know, like, once all are one, like, what happens then? You know, like...
Oh, we won? Oh.
Great, I hate you, you know? Like, but, yeah, so that'll be kind of interesting, but I'm mostly just excited to have it over. There's 10 different Ellis Norns printed out of this set, like foil, non-foil, 10 different ones you can get.
That's just too much.
Like, why? And then, like, the step-in completed thing that they introduced now just to have another foily card is dumb. It's like the Phyrexian symbol kind of going across in a foil. And I'm like, guys, like, that's the other thing, too. It's like, you're not looking at this like art, which is something that...
You're doing very comic book covers right now.
Yeah, and that's, like, I mean, variant covers are cool.
Yeah.
But in the argument against that, like, variant covers, the whole point is that it's art. Yeah. Like, we print the regular cover because that one's the cheap and easy one to make. We paid this dude extra to make this art that you want.
Yeah.
And they're not doing that. Like, you know, I think a foil is good when the whole thing isn't foil. You know, like when they're using it to highlight different, like, you know, someone's sword is foil, and you see like different things in the room are foil, but you know, it's still a foil card. But the foiling is enhancing the art. It's a part of the art. And now they're just like, yeah, like, look at all the crazy foiling you can get. Like you can put on your sunglasses and open these packs, because here we go. And so I'm not a fan of that. Like, and also, like, they're just trying to kill these collectors. Like, oh, you have to have all 10 versions of this super busted card.
That's like, we're getting away from, like, I've played Magic since I was in middle school, right? Like, I could not imagine me trying to convince a parent or work hard enough to get money to buy any of this stuff now. It's like, is the market now shifted to 20-somethings and 30-somethings and like,
20-somethings have student loans.
Agreed. I'm just saying, I mean, like, you're shifting away from. Like,
it's like a Porsche, you know, or you know, a Corvette. But there's a reason you want to see old people driving these sports cars, because they're the only ones who can afford it now. Now that all their stuff is paid off. Yeah. I don't want to be 80 and finally able to play Magic. Yeah. Like, it's not.
Yeah, just a bummer, because I remember, like, some of my favorite memories are going to a card shop and sitting down with a bunch of people that are relatively my same age and just spending a day there. You know what I mean? And like, they could be killing it. I don't know, but like, it seems like they're gonna make cards a lot more expensive to do. Like,
well, I mean, like, now they have, you know, before you bought the packs of Magic, there was one thing to buy.
Yeah.
Now you have set booster packs, which are, you know, like, oh, you can get commander cards in here, and then you also get an extra rare slot and foil. So it's like, okay, so these are a little more expensive. And then they have the collector's booster, which is all of the foilness, and it's just like, you know, like, those are $25 a pack, $200-something a box. The Commander Master sets, the set booster boxes are $300-something for the store to buy. Yeah, so, like, you know, at cost, you're at $350.
Yeah. It's not great.
Yeah, I don't like that aspect of it at all, and that is really part of the downward trend, I think. And, you know, again, it's like, it's just because they're just trying to get all the money, and I'm like, hey, you know, like,
I wonder if they're just trying to suck all the card base, or sorry, like the physical product based money out of it now, and then like eventually kill it off for the online thing to just be like, okay, eventually it's just gonna be Magic Online, and like, let's just get as much money as we can out of the paper of Magic players until we make that decision to go almost entirely online.
That makes sense.
Because like,
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like, here, have whatever you want, because in 2 years this isn't gonna be a thing anymore.
Right. That's a shame.
I hope it's like that. I'm just guessing.
No, but that sounds like what they're trying to do. They're like, okay, like, let's milk every last bit of this actual paper we can, because obviously there's no money in printing all this, or not no money, but like, it's easier to make an online thing and, you know, reap the benefits of that than it is to do, like, make the paper. It's a lot more expensive to release a card in a physical paper form than it is to release a card online.
For sure. And it could be, I mean, thinking about it more, like, if we are pricing out the younger generation and they still want to play Magic, and then we're pivoting them to online, even if they prefer Magic,
right?
Magic.
And what they're doing on Magic Arena, like, they have the what is it called? Where they take the regular cards, but like, they're a little bit different.
Oh yeah.
They have like the different format, and I hate it. I freaking hate it. Because, like, they come up with these cards that it's like, you have to read a full page and a half. Yeah. And then it's like, oh yeah, and it does this also. And it's like, okay, what does it do? Goes and gets 15 cards that you have to read a page and a half about to know what they do. But you only have 10 seconds to pick which card you want.
That's right.
and like, you know, because I opened up some of those packs online, and I'm reading this card, and I'm like, I don't even know what this card does. I'd have to be in a game, somebody play this card, for me to even begin to fathom what's going on. You know, it's like, ugh. But they can't do that on the paper. You know, like, there's no way that works if you're releasing a physical card.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like you hit the nail on the head. Like, I really do feel like they're just trying to gouge it and kill it. Like,
I mean, to me, it's the long play, right? If in 5 or 6 years you make it so expensive to play paper that the younger generation can't play paper, well, if they want to play Magic, they're all money.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And then now you're killing paper that way. But you're also getting out of paper. Obviously.
Right. Yeah. No, like that's Oh, that made me sad.
I know. I stopped playing Magic. I enjoy Magic a lot, but like paper is where it's at. I enjoy like sitting across the table from you and being
It's
like
an experience. Yeah, it's fun. Oh no! Oh no! Please.
Are you zooming in? How are we doing? It's okay, brisket camp's still on.
No.
What happened? Do we know? It's just a memory card
Oh
thing?
god. Yeah. Can I see? Oh my god! I hope this thing doesn't delete. Fucking A, man. I completely forgot about the time limit. I'm so mad at myself.
That's okay.
Alright, I'm sorry, Brisket. I didn't do you justice. You're not going to get the video that you deserve. But...
Or whatever, good.
Alright, well, I think we're going to call it there on that glaring disappointment. I'm Yoo-Hoo.
I'm Yoo-Hoo. You're Tang.
I'm Tang. He's Yoo-Hoo. I don't even know what's what anymore. I'm just gonna eat the rest of this brisket and cry.
That's a lot of brisket. All right. See you, everybody.